Good afternoon, Kevin Kuzia, fierceandmighty.com. Relentlessly push yourself forward. And today is a day that I don't know that I'm really pushing forward all that much as we deal with Winter Storm Stella here in Connecticut and the Northeast. It's a nor'easter. So quite a bit of snow coming down outside, bunkered down at home, trying to do a little bit of work from home today, but thought I would take a break to do this short video that I wanted to do as a follow-up to the blog post I did yesterday about, do you have a forever student mentality or do you tend to be more within a static mindset? Because, I mean, to me, and as I sort of introduced the blog post yesterday, it's very easy to divide the world into two camps for the sake of making whatever really clever argument it is that you want to make. But in some ways, I think there's truth to it, right? At the polls, there is the people who are always trying to learn and get better, and there are those who have more of a static mindset as to whether they actually can get better. Now, the funny thing is, the people I find, and I think this is the reason I wanted to do the video, I think there's a lot of people out there who think they can get better, but in actuality, their actions seem to indicate that they have a static mindset because they can't take advice from anybody else. They will accept no input, no feedback. Anything that just sort of is some sort of feedback is seen as sharp criticism pointed firmly and fixed in their direction. And that's a terrible way to live. And it's also a terrible way to improve yourself because you're just not going to get any better. And I think that's what really struck me most in some ways about doing that strength seminar this past Sunday with Swede Burns and Greg Panora is, you know, it really doesn't matter if powerlifting is not your thing or lifting weights of any kind or training of any kind. If you have the mentality of you don't see the need for those kinds of potential growth opportunities to learn from people that are better than you, and truthfully, if you don't think there's anybody better than you, that's probably an excellent sign that you really need to do some little bit of extra work. But that's what I'm thinking of, right? That's the fixed notion of what you can do, what you can be. And it's just amazing to me. And that's why I sort of thought about that in terms of, you know, people that I've known from the gym. But it doesn't really have to be people from the gym. You know those types, right? Where if you came up and asked them, like, hey, why didn't you go to the seminar the other day? Ugh, I don't need something like that. I'm good. Really? I mean, that is one of the more shocking things. I got to tell you, I really want to encourage anybody who somehow takes the time to watch these goofy little blogs that I do. You ever hear me saying anything like that about myself, I don't care the context within which, that I'm actually bold enough to claim that, nah, I'm perfect as is, or even to imply that. Yeah, it's time to get things checked, right? And I understand there's certain times when, look, I'm not trying to improve every single element of every single aspect of my life. You'll go completely bonkers trying to figure things out like that if you somehow think that you need to focus on everything. That's it. That's just completely stupid. Now, if it's one of the 3, 5, 8, 10 most important things in your life, and you think you got those things all figured out, I'm going to tend to think you're kind of full of poop. Sorry for the harsh language, but it felt warranted. And so that's what I think about, right? You just have to be of a mindset where things that are important to you, you always got to almost think of yourself as a beginner. Not that you suck, but just you always have a chance to learn something else. You always have a chance to find out something new. And the thing that blows my mind about this more than anything else, that is so much more fun than sitting back as a self-proclaimed expert and thinking you got it all figured out. Because then there's nothing new. There's nothing to excite you. There's nothing great to discover about any of that. So to me, I never sit there and have it as some sort of self-high five that I think that I try to really be very, you know, self-analytical about areas I need to improve. Furthest from the truth. I'm just saying, like, I don't see how you don't find that a lot more fun to do. I'd rather have the time to find something new that kind of sparks my interest or piques my curiosity or something like that than just thinking I have nothing else to figure out. Oh, God. That sounds horribly awful, horribly boring. Hope I stay curious. We'll see. So, just a little quick thoughts for you on this glorious, excuse me, nor'easter here in Connecticut today. Hopefully you're staying warm and dry and awesome wherever you are. And for the meantime, stay curious. Hell of a lot more fun every time. Kevin Kuzia, FierceandMighty.com.